Page 37. Miss Steele, we meet again. Gray extends his hand, and I shake it blinkingly, rapidly. Oh my, he really is quite. As I touch his hand, I'm aware of that delicious current running right through me, lighting me up, making me blush, and I'm sure my erratic breathing must be audible. Mr. Gray, this is Catherine Kavanagh, I mutter, waving a hand towards Katy, who comes forward, looking him squarely in the eye. The treacherous Miss Kavanagh, how do you do? He gives her a small smile, looking generally amused. I trust you're feeling better. Anastasia said you were unwell last week. I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Gray. She shakes his hand firmly, without battling an eyelid. I remind myself that Katy has been in the best private schools in Washington. Her family has money, and she's grown up confident and sure of her place in the world. She doesn't take any crap. I'm in awe of her. Thank you for taking this time to do this. She gives him a polite, professional smile. It's a pleasure, he answers, turning his gaze on me, and I flush again. Damn it. This is Josie Rodriguez, our photographer, I say, grinning at Josie, who smiles with affection back at me. His eyes cool when he looks from me to Gray. Mr. Gray, he nods. Mr. Rodriguez. Gray's expression changes too, as he appeases Josie. Where would you like me? Gray asks him. His tone sounds vaguely threatening, but Catherine is not about to let Josie ruin the show. Mr. Gray, if you could sit here, please. Be careful of the lightning cables, and then we'll do a few standing too. She directs him to a chair set up against the wall. Travis switches on the lights, momentarily blinding Gray, and mutters an apology. Then Travis and I stand back and watch as Josie proceeds to snap away. He takes several photographs, handheld, asking Gray to turn this way and then that, to move his arm and then to put it down again. Moving to the tripod, Josie takes several more, while Gray sits and poses patiently and naturally for about 20 minutes. My wish has come true. I can stand and admire Gray from not so afar. Twice our eyes lock, and I have to tear myself away from these cloudy gaze. Enough sitting, Kavanagh wades in. Standing, Mr. Gray? She asks. He stands, and Travis scurries into to remove the chair. The shutters on Josie's Nikon starts clicking again. I think we have enough, Josie announces 5 minutes later. Great, says Katy. Thank you again, Mr. Gray. She shakes his hand, as does Josie. I look forward to reading the article, Miss Kavanagh, murmurs Gray, and turns to me, standing by the door. Will you walk with me, Miss Steele? He asks. Sure, I say. Completely thrown, I glance anxiously at Katy, who shrugs at me. I notice Josie squalling behind her. Good day to you all, says Gray, as he opens the door, standing aside to allow me out first. Holy hell! What's this about? What does he want? I pause in the hotel corridor, fidgeting nervously. Gray emerges from the room, followed by Mr. Buzzcut in his sharp suit. I'll call you Taylor, he murmurs to Buzzcut. Taylor wanders back down to the corridor, and Gray turns to his burning grey gaze to me. Crap, have I done something wrong? I wonder if you would join me for some coffee this morning. My heart slams into my mouth. A date? Christian Gray's asking me on a date? He's asking if you want a coffee? Maybe he thinks you haven't woken up yet. My subconscious wins at me in a sneering mood again. I clear my throat, trying to control my nerves. I have to drive everyone home, I murmur apologetically, twisting my hands and fingers in front of me. Taylor, he calls, making me jump. Taylor, who had been retreating down the corridor, turns and heads back towards us. Are they based at the university? Gray asks, his voice soft and inquiring. I nod, too stunned to speak. Taylor can take them. He's my driver. We have a large 4x4 here. You'll be able to take the equipment too. Mr. Gray asks, where's the reaches us, giving nothing away? Please, can you drive the photographer, his assistant, and Miss Kavanagh back home? Certainly, sir, Taylor replies. There, now you can join me for coffee. Gray smiles as it's a done deal. I frown. Mr. Gray, this really... Look, Taylor doesn't have to drive them home. I flash a brief look at Taylor, who reminds me solitary and passes. I swap vehicles with Katie if you give me a moment. Great smiles at a dazzling, unguarded, natural, teeth-showing, glorious smile. Oh my. He opens the door of the suite so I can go in. I scout around him to render the room, finding Catherine in deep discussion with Josie. Anna, I think he'll definitely like you, she says, with no preamble whatsoever. Josie glares at me with disapproval. But I don't trust him, she adds. I raise my hand up in the hope that she'll stop talking. By some miracle she does. Kate, if you take Wanda, can I take your car? Why? Christian Grace asked me to go for a coffee with him. Her mouth pops open. Speechless, Kate? I savour the moment. She grabs me by my arm and drags me into the bedroom that's off the living room area of the suite. Anna, there's something about him. Her tone is full of warning. He's gorgeous, I agree, but I think he's dangerous, especially for someone like you. What do you mean, someone like me? I demand, affronted. An innocent like you, Anna. You know what I mean, she says, a little irritated. I flush.